P/E ratio. And what you see is that it was at record highs, even higher than the peak of the stock market in 1929, suggesting that the bubble was much bigger than the stock market bubble of 1929. Now, another thing that he tracks is he gets the data on if you had invested on any particular day, what would your returns over the next 12 years be, your annualized returns? And here's the data. So if you invested on this day, that would be your return. If you invested on this day, this would be your return over the next 12-year period. The reason that this data only goes up to here is because you have to calculate it 12 years back. So in July of 2018, the data that was available is what investors had received over the previous 12 years. So had they invested on that day, this was their percentage return. Now, if you had invested at the bottom of the 1987 stock market crash, after the stocks lost a bunch of value, your returns would have been over 20% for the next 12 years. Conversely, if you had invested right at the peak of the NASDAQ bubble, right at the beginning of the year, end of 1999, beginning of 2000, your returns would have been zero for the next 12 years, while you sat on this very scary roller coaster watching your investments lose 50%. The S&P lost 50% and then bounced, and 12 years later, you got back to break even. Now, if you take that and you take his margin-adjusted PE and you flip that margin-adjusted PE upside down, what you see is this incredibly high correlation where it has pretty accurately predicted what you're going to make over the next 12-year period. And there are these periods of time where there's a big divergence, and it says that there's something going on that's wrong. A bubble is happening, and you see that right here. We were doing that, and this went even a larger divergence, and now it has all, it's reverting right now. But what this is saying is that if you invested in July of 2018, your predicted return was that you were going to lose greater than 1%. And this kept on going down to February 2020. So you were going to lose big time had you invested in stock.